Joining me now is longtime Phoenix weatherman and water safety advocate Dave Munsey.
Well, watch your kids around water was my sign off for decades. And it wasn't just a sign off, it was a crusade. And it was born from tragedy in my own life. A friend's child drowned, and my crusade is still going on.
Yeah, Dave's teamed up with 12 News to raise awareness about something that kills between 800 and 900 children a year. 12 News journalist Rachel Cole is live at Lake Pleasant, where we've seen a number of truly unfortunate accidents over the years.
Well, Rachel, you're with the officials that are tasked with preventing these kinds of tragedies. You know, what safety tips do they have for us today?
Yeah, good afternoon, Tram and Dave. We are with a lot of authorities who respond to a number of calls out here. And the number one thing, of course, is that life jacket. Of course, you want to have that Coast Guard certified life jacket. But we're talking with Battalion Chief Matt Moore about the importance of the life jackets and how they need to fit properly. Chief, you guys see this all the time. What's important about life jackets?
We do. People come out here. We want everyone to come out, have a good time, go home safe. If you don't have a life jacket, please get one. All the marinas have ones that you can borrow. Just return it when you're done. You can get them at all the boat ramps as well. So you come out here, please use a life jacket. That's what's going to keep you safe. The lake is deceivingly big if you're out swimming. That's what's going to keep you guys safe and go home happy.
Absolutely. And you said another important thing as we look out at the lake, more than 10,000 acres of land, water in particular, that can be a little bit of a threat. What was number 2 on your list of safety?
Know where you are. So when you guys come out to the lake, get a map, get on the internet, find out where you're going to go, where you're going to be hanging out at, and know those names, those coves, and those landmarks. So in the event that something does happen, we know how to get out to you. You can call and tell us where you are so we can find you.
Yes, sir. And of course, lastly on that list is liquids, but we want to bring in Sarge with MCSO because we know you guys answer a number of calls too. And even though we're not out at the Salt River, most of those calls that come in are medical related, and that increases the risk of drowning. Can you tell us about that?
Correct. We have a lot of people that come out here, they overindulge in the alcohol, they become dehydrated, become weak, they can drown very easily. Not only that, but we get a lot of medical calls of people just passing out on the shoreline, and it takes a lot of resources to get to them.
So scary, and we know we've already seen an incident of drowning this year, and you said someone was just trying to go get their hat. They think that they can just swim to something and get to it, but that's not the case. It's deceivingly far.
Correct. Out here at the lake, it might not seem very far if you're swimming from your boat, but once you start swimming, the current can take the boat away, can take you away, and you can become very fatigued very fast, especially if you're not wearing a life jacket.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sergeant. So again, you guys, just make sure that everybody has that life jacket. We're talking pets, kids, and adults of all ages. Even if you think you're a strong swimmer, go ahead and put it on. Better safe than sorry. And in the event that you are struggling in the water, at least it'll keep your head above water and give people that extra time to rescue you. So we'll have more safety tips coming up in our next hit, but for now we'll send it back to you guys from Lake Pleasant.
Yeah, really crucial information, Rachel. Thank you so much. Dave, I want to still keep talking about recreational lakes. You know, the thing is, as Rachel had mentioned, even when you think you're a good swimmer, life jackets are really essential.
U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets should be on everybody in the boat, everybody in the water, no matter what your age. You know, when you go to the lake, sometimes there's drinking and horsing around and goofing off. Always good to have a life jacket on. All kids should have a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket on at the lake. You know, when you're at the pool, you see where the bottom is. You know what's in the pool. You know where the dangers are. When you're at a lake, it can be murky.
Yeah.
There can be rocks on the bottom.
Right.
There can be broken glass. There can be a hole. There can be a rut from heavy rain, whatever. They're much more dangerous. Lakes, rivers, streams, the ocean. The ocean is very dangerous. Riptides, waves, and of course currents are all very dangerous.
It really, really is. And again, that unknown of what's at the bottom, that's what's really frightening, because you have no idea what is down there and how dangerous it can be.
Not only is that scary, but you talk about this little guy, 6-year-old that drowned yesterday.
Yeah.
When you're in a lake, you're hard to find. It's murky water. When you're in a pool, they see you right there. They jump in, they pull you out. But when you're in a lake, they kind of have to go find you. So
Absolutely.
it's a more dangerous place. There's a bigger area to cover. And even if you have a favorite spot on the lake or the river that you always go to, storms, heavy rain, different things can change the bottom. There'll be holes, drop-offs, might be a broken bottle, might be a jagged rock. Parents should go out and walk the area that you're going to have your party in, let the kids know where they're supposed to be, and then have a water watcher. Always watch your kids around water.
Yeah, I want to go back to that 6-year-old boy who drowned in Mesa. So tragic, so sad. And so many times, we're always talking about pools, pool safety, the locks, from not only your sliding glass door, but also the gates around your pool and everything. And you don't think about the hundreds of man-made lakes that are all throughout our state.
Fountains in front of buildings are
Yeah.
dangerous as well. It's kind of crazy. A 6-year-old is a little outside the bounds of what we really watch carefully for drowning situations. But here we are. There's an alert for us right there. Just another reminder about watching the kids around water and having a safety talk with your kid about how dangerous these places can be.
Especially when it literally is steps away from your own home.
Right out the front door.
And there are no barriers.
Nope. No gates, no fences, no alarms, and in this case, no adults.
Yeah, so sad. All right, Dave, we always appreciate your time and your information.
Okay,
Thank you. For more information about the 12 News Water Watch campaign, including life-saving water safety tips, go to 12news.com/waterwatch.